In this video, let's just explore a little bit more about the rotation of the Earth. Now, we know that the Earth has an axis, right? It's an imaginary line which runs from the North Pole to the South Pole, something like a needle. And you also have an equator. The movement of the Earth around its axis, okay, is what is known as the rotation of the Earth. So the Earth moves around its own axis. So this axis that we see is going to make an angle of 66.5 degree with the orbital plane, right? And what is the orbital plane? It's the plane formed by the orbit. So this axis makes an angle of 66.5 degree with the orbital plane, right? Now consider this is the Earth, and because we've made Earth that big, we'll have to make Sun even a bit more big. Forgive me, this is actually not the shape of the Sun, but let's say this is the Sun. When the sun rays come, okay, they're going to come and fall on the Earth something like this. Right? Okay, let me just extend this as well. Now, given that this is a sphere, what happens is that it's only half of the portion, okay, if I may divide it by this black line, the one on the right and the one on the left. By the reason that it is this part of the Earth which is facing the sun, there is a daylight, okay, there is a daylight, if I may put it in, which color do you want me, yellow? So this particular portion of the Earth which faces the sun has day, okay. Why? Because the sun rays are falling directly on this particular piece, right? So this part of the Earth will have a day, whereas the one which is lying on the other side, which is this portion, okay, it is going to have night. So this piece is going to have night. Due to the Earth's rotation around its own axis, okay, what will happen is, as the Earth moves from west to east, right, this portion is gradually going to go this side, right, and then the portion where the day was not there is going to come and face the sun. And when it faces the sun, then it will have day here. So this one rotation, interestingly, is completed around the sun in 24 hours. Right? And that's why we have this day, which is of 24 hours. The Earth takes around 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. And this 24-hour period is known as the Earth Day. Right? There is one important thing. The circle, this line which we spoke about, which is this black one, which actually divides these two portions, the one which has day and the one which has night, is known as the circle of illumination. Okay? So this circle basically divides the part which has day and the part which has night. Now interestingly, if you see, this does not coincide with the axis. This was the axis, right? So it does not coincide with the axis. It need not necessarily be in line with the axis of the Earth. Now can you tell me what will happen if the rotation was not there? If this thing did not happen, if the Earth did not move, what will happen? This portion of Earth which had day will always have day, and the one which had night will always have night. So this part of the Earth is always going to remain hot, and this will always remain cold. So therefore this rotation is very important, right? I hope you would have understood this. Thank you for being with us today.